Sophie Morgan's mother poignantly revealed that her daughter apologized to her after being involved in a car crash that left her paraplegic. Carol appeared on Loose Women on Monday to discuss 37-year-old presenter and disability advocate Sophie's accident and the aftermath, in her first-ever TV chat. She told how when she got to the hospital and found her in a real mess, Sophie said to her, "I'm really sorry, Mum." Sophie was left wheelchair-bound after suffering a T6 spinal cord injury in 2003, resulting in paralysis from the chest down. Carol also told on the daytime TV show, alongside Sophie, how she didn't have time for grief after the accident and that it was an indulgence, while saying she couldn't fall apart in front of Sophie. Discussing her daughter's near-death experience and arriving at the hospital, she said, "Sophie was in a real mess, she had an oxygen mask on her face. Tom, my son, and my husband, we went in, I said what a mess, and she said, I'm really sorry, Mum. There have been some dark times, when I see you struggling, of course, like any mum, you want to change that. We, family, all did our own thing because Tom, 15 at the time, went back to school because that was the best place for him. He had a really good support system. John went back to work, because that's what men do, and I stayed with Sophie." She added, "When you're in the eye of the storm, you don't have time for grief, it's an indulgence. But I really felt that my job was to step up and be there. If I fall apart, or she sees that I've fallen apart, that's not good." Sophie then spoke about her mum and said that she saved her life. She explained, "It was the constant, I knew I could never fall. From hitting rock bottom. You still have my back if I need it, you're the best mum in the whole world." Carol then went on to explain how she found out about her being involved in the car crash, which happened on her A-level results day when she was aged just 18. "This was the beginning of your brand new life. I went home and went to bed, and then I think about 3 or 4 in the morning the phone rang. It's never going to be good. There had been an accident. My husband picked up the phone. We then booked flights as we were in Scotland." Sophie has previously opened up about how her disability hasn't ruined her life and that while many people are frightened of change, she believes her disability made her life. Appearing on ITV last year, she said, "I think people are frightened of change, they don't want it, Teresa, fear around it. But for me, because my change ended up giving so many positives, I sort of lean into it, I seek it out. I want life to be different and to be full of variety and excitement. I suppose I learned the hard way that the worst things that happen to you can lead to the best of life. It's hard for people to relate, they see my disability and think it ruins a life, but I found it to be the opposite, I think it made my life." Sophie, whose successful television career began in 2009, says that while it was difficult adapting to her injury, it has become part of who she is. "When I had my injury, there was obviously the initial adapting to it and becoming paralyzed and wheelchair user at such a young age," she recalled. "There was so much to work out and figure out about my identity, who I was going to be and how I was going to make it happen. I really didn't have much experience with disability, I was the first disabled person I had ever met, I had so much to learn and unlearn. But over the years it's become part of who I am, and that drives me to think about how to live life properly, because I nearly lost my life, so it matters so much to me." She recently starred in Channel 4 series Living Wild, How to Change Your Life, where the presenter meets people across the UK creating new lives around the things they love, from raising rarer sheep to farming crops in Wales. All the people we met, every single one of them left a mark. They inspire me, said Sophie. They've done this thing where they say, life is too short, don't let any barriers get in the way. Everyone we met was so inspiring, so good to be around. The London-based campaigner has since racked up a host of impressive projects, including presenting Channel 4's TV coverage of the Paralympics in Rio de Janeiro in 2016 and Tokyo this year.